Hey everybody, just wanted to give you a little update on my electrical system. As a lot of you know, if you've been watching the videos, I have the dual battery system, and then I got the winch and the air compressor and a bunch of accessories and lights and stuff. And it's been a real bear trying to figure out how I'm going to wire all this stuff together. I really like nice factory looking wiring and bolt-ons and that kind of stuff. So I finally came up with this solution. I probably talked about it a little bit, but I've moved a little bit step further. So I wanted to kind of show everybody, how this is gonna work. So I'm repurposing the factory airbox. The air tube will actually, the intake will actually go up into the cowl. I'm going to do a cowl snorkel and stuff. So, originally I was just going to take this out, but I was like, I have a perfectly good box here. What am I going to do with it? And so basically what's going to happen is everything from the battery system, the two batteries, will actually run into this air box here. And it actually will run in through these openings here. I'll show you real quickly. I just got done fabbing up this piece of metal here. But I have a couple big bus bars down here. And so some things will run directly off of this. So they'll go from the starting battery to this bus bar, and then run things like the winch and the air compressor and stuff like that. But then some of this, I think I'll probably have one empty one, will actually run back up to the battery isolator. So this guy is kind of hard doing with one hand, but that guy fits in there like that. This is the battery isolator. So one of those power terminals will come up and run off of this guy. And what this guy does is it actually is like a smart battery isolator. It senses the voltage on either side of it, and one being the main and the auxiliary. The main, it will not allow power to drain off of the main if the main is low. However, you can go over here and push a button. If your main battery was all the way dead and you had reserve in your auxiliary, you can push a button and you could start the car up and get the alternator going. And then it also determines how it's going to recharge the system and everything. So it's really kind of cool how it's all going to work out. But anyway, so one of those leads will come up to this, and then another lead will come off and head over to this guy right here. And I believe this is a 13 slot fuse panel. It has some different options that you can run off of as well. But that will go there, and then I've already test fitted it, and without everything screwed down, it all kind of gets messed up. But that fits right back on top of it. So basically, how this will all work is any accessories that I have that I'm running in here will get fed back through, its own, wire loom or something like that, and fed right back up into here. And then I'll have a nice rubber grommet. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. A nice rubber grommet on this, and everything will go in nice and factory-like. And then at the same time, this really helps me with worrying about water and mud and all that kind of stuff getting into my electronics. That was something I was kind of worried about. I was trying to get everything that I could up off the ground as high as I could, or shielded some way. I mean, that's why I went through the length of getting that bracket for the air compressor and the diff breathers and all that kind of stuff. That's up there, right there. So yeah, coming along. The electrical system is kind of a last. I don't want to say last, because it kind of implies like ready to turn the key, but kind of the last major thing that I had to engineer, if you will, figure out how I was going to put that all together. But I have a light bar. I think I already showed you that. That's going to be mounted here. I'm going to get the J5 Quadratech light bar that has the clearance marker lights up on top. Those will all be switchable from my on-screen, my touch trail dash. If you guys can remember, a long time ago, about 2 years ago, I bought that. That will all run that kind of stuff. But yeah, oh, and new heavy duty copper brass radiator should be arriving like tomorrow or the next day. And then I got a new high flow water pump, high flow housing, high flow temperature sensor or thermostat. So a lot of this stuff is gonna get cleaned up. But yeah, pretty freaking awesome. Really happy about this. I've given myself several headaches trying to figure out how I was going to mount this stuff, because as you can see, you know, trying to pick a spot to mount all this was just getting ridiculous. So really happy how that all turned out. All right, take care, everyone.